Hey y'all, I have my little notepad, so if I'm looking down, that's just so I know what I'm supposed to be saying. First of all, I'm Finley, mostly go by Finn though, and I currently live in San Diego. That's where I went to school, and now where I work, which kind of goes to what I do. I'm a horticulturist at the safari park. Specifically, I don't actually work much in the park to make all of the plants look pretty, which is more of the ornamental side. I work in browse, which I have increasingly learned a lot of people don't exactly know what that is, although they'll think that I do eyebrows. It is essentially, what I like to say is I give salads to the animals. So I essentially grow, care for, cut, and deliver tree branches for the herbivores at the safari park. So for example, like pandas or elephants or gorillas are some of the critters that we care for. So that's what I do. And then travel, I haven't done in Earth expeditions yet, so this will actually be my first one. So outside of that, I am lucky enough and have been privileged enough to travel quite a lot for my age. So I'll just point out some of my favorites within the states. I've really enjoyed Alaska, specifically Seldovia. It's a very, very small town that you have to take a private plane and a boat to. And then I love New Orleans. I absolutely love jazz, so that was great. And then outside of the states, I'd say my favorites were Thailand, also just gorgeous, so green. And then Costa Rica was actually where I studied abroad in college, so I was there for a while, and it was amazing. It was so epic, which kind of leads into like one of my interests is insects. I studied insects in Costa Rica. Absolutely love those guys. I'm looking at insect posters. You can't see from your angle. I have insect tattoos. And it's one of those things where it's like, even though I love them and love learning about them, there's so much to know that I can only ever remember certain pieces. So when I tell people that I'm interested in insects, they will then ask me questions, and half the time I don't know. So we can learn together. Another interest is skating. When I could walk, I learned how to roller skate, and so I've been roller skating since I was 1.5, 2, and about 4 years ago I got into skateboarding, and so I skateboard multiple times a week. I love that. I love cartoons. I'm not a big TV watcher unless it's animated. For whatever reason, I just love cartoons. And I also really like ethnobotany, which is something that I found near the end of my undergrad and have been doing personal research on, I guess, ever since then, just reading books. And that is kind of goes into like why I'm so excited about this course, is it is so based in indigenous knowledge and thoughts and how they seem to be working in a world that doesn't really take indigenous thought into account most of the time. And ethnobotany really relies on that knowledge of how we culturally and as humans can work with the environment around us, specifically with plants. So I'm really excited to learn about that. Hopefully that'll connect to ethnobotany. If not, I'm still just excited about Guyana in general. It seems like a beautiful country. And then, what are some of the things that I think make me a leader? I'd say I'm very open-minded. I've had to learn to be. I think that the more open-minded a person is, the more they learn, and the more they can give back. I also feel like I'm very committed and optimistic and patient. Especially patient with myself, because nobody's perfect. And I think patient with oneself also helps being patient with others. And then, oh, my master's plan. This is my first summer, so I actually don't have much of one yet. I have some ideas, including ethnobotany kind of being the peak interest, and going from there. So we will see. And is there anything else I want to share? I have a kitty cat. Hello, mister. His name is Dinky. He's a very good man. And he says hi.